breaking news that we just received. Joe Biden is now ahead in the state of Pennsylvania. The state now has 95% of expected votes reported. And this is a big one with 20 electoral votes up for grabs. Joe Biden now slightly ahead there in the state of Pennsylvania. So let's take a look at where things stand overall for the candidates. Joe Biden has 253 electoral votes. President Trump has 214 electoral votes. Again, why Pennsylvania is such a big one with 20 electoral votes up for grabs. It could put Joe Biden over that 270 mark. But again, this race is still up for grabs for either candidate because we're still waiting on results from 6 states. 5 of those are battlegrounds: Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada. So here's a look at some of those votes being counted right now. This is at a counting center in Philadelphia. Those vote counters doing their best to try to get us results to this presidential election now 3 days after the election. Let's get right to Trevor Alt in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Trevor, this is not by any means over, but it is big news for Joe Biden.
Well, absolutely, and it was news that we have sort of been waiting on, Diane. This was an update from those Philadelphia ballot counters that you just showed, and it was the result of them working through the night to get these ballots counted. It was the first time that the Philadelphia area has updated in about 8 hours, and it was the biggest swing that we have seen in this race in well over a 24-hour period. Joe Biden went from being down more than 18,000 votes to now being up about 5,500, and saying that, you mentioned this is with 95% reporting. There are still 135,000 votes left to be counted and reported here in Pennsylvania. The overwhelming majority of them are mail-in ballots where Joe Biden has a significant advantage. So not only has he taken the lead, he is likely to expand it and give himself some cushion to the point where he very well could win Pennsylvania by a much wider margin than he won a state like Wisconsin so far, which was a 20,000 vote victory. And each update we've been seeing since basically election night, when President Trump had a lead north of 600,000 votes, has been swinging in former Vice President Joe Biden's favor. Now, of course, you have been hearing these widespread allegations of voter fraud or counting illegal votes here in Pennsylvania and in other states from President Trump and from his supporters, too. I want to clarify, Diane, the main source of what these supporters consider to be illegal votes here in Pennsylvania is the fact that Democrats in the state want to count mail-in ballots that arrive after Election Day. Now, there is a lawsuit right now that is pending on whether or not those votes should be counted or not. So because of that pending lawsuit, from the beginning of the counting, any mail-in ballot that was received after Election Day has been sequestered and put off to the side. And they might end up not counting, but they're not in the total right now. And so if you think that all of those votes shouldn't count and they're illegal, you may very well be right, but none of Joe Biden's lead has to do with those votes, and he very well could not need them in the end. So right now, the positioning is incredibly strong for Joe Biden because, as you have said, everyone in America knows there are so many states that could be considered toss-ups or at least very close right now. If Joe Biden wins here, and he's in great shape to do so right now, the election is his regardless of what happens anywhere else. Diane.
All right, big moment. Trevor Alt in Harrisburg. Thanks, Trevor.
That's all for today, and remember to subscribe to our channel, like and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.